Hi everyone, happy Sunday. So I'm starting a new series called What Happened with the Huskies, and it's basically just going to be 5-minute recaps of all the remaining UConn women's basketball games this season. Hopefully I can actually stick to the 5-minute time limit, no promises there. But yeah, I just wanted to go over some of my main takeaways and main talking points from today's game against Providence, which ended just about half an hour ago. First and foremost, I was extremely pleased to see both AZ Fudd and Jana El Alfi in today's starting lineup. Always great to have AZ back and to see her playing more minutes. And like I always say, she just completely changes how this team can play. I wanted to get out of my seat at home and start cheering every time there was a Paige Beckers to AZ Fudd or AZ Fudd to Paige Beckers play, and I'm really looking forward to this for the rest of the season. For Jana, I was definitely one of the people who was calling for her to be added to the starting lineup. I just think she fits into the starting lineup a bit better. She was having a greater impact in the limited minutes that she was playing coming off the bench, so I was just looking forward to a change in the front court and looking forward to more minutes from Jana. That didn't really happen. I have no idea why Gino took her out 44 seconds into the second half. Like, I get it. Sometimes it's just one of those moments. A player makes a mistake and you're like, get them out of there. But in their first start, 44 seconds into the half, the fans hadn't even sat down for the half yet. Maybe that's a little rash. Again, what do I know? But I was just hoping for that to have been handled differently. But anyway, I'm hoping this starting lineup sticks and I'm looking forward to it for the rest of the season. I mean, Gino did say in his post-game interview that he knows what the right group of starters is, and I think Ice coming off the bench will give her an opportunity to get more comfortable in her role and make the necessary adjustments. Okay, moving on. My second takeaway is that Ashlyn Shade and AZ Fudd are such underrated defenders. First of all, a full court press in the first quarter against Providence is kind of nasty work, but it was very fun to watch and it was very effective. But I was just especially impressed by the defensive efforts that we saw from Ashlyn and AZ. I don't think these two in particular get enough credit for their defense because they're really great at help defense. There was one play where I think AZ went to go help with Ice and ended up poking the ball loose and getting a steal. And then just anytime Ashlyn Shade and KK Arnold are working together in the full court press, it seems like they always manage to force some kind of turnover. Just a lethal sophomore duo. And speaking of sophomores, KK Arnold, once again, a defensive masterclass. This UConn team has a lot of good defenders, but they do need a great defender, especially on the perimeter, and KK is definitely stepping into that role. The energy and the tenacity that she plays with is simply unmatched. I think she is just such an important component of this team. However, I really do hope to see KK shoot the ball more, especially when she's open. She had quite a few plays this afternoon where she hesitated. I know it's been a tough year for her beyond the arc, but I would rather see her take those shots than risk a travel or over-penetrating or something along those lines. There's a couple lineups that UConn will put in from time to time where there's really only one scoring-oriented player on the court, like no one else seems willing to shoot. Next, Paige Beckers was a woman on a mission in that first half. I just love to see her be that aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. Whether it's the Paige Beckers to Sarah Strong game or the Paige Beckers to AZ Fudd game, again, it's just beautiful basketball. Definitely was playing with a lot of intensity. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of that, hopefully all the way through March and April. She is, however, playing like the quasi-power forward role more than I would like. I'm not against small ball lineups, and I actually do quite like some of the small ball lineups that UConn's been playing. However, I'm a little sick of them after last year. I just kind of don't want to see Paige Beckers playing the power forward any more than I have to. But Sarah Strong was in foul trouble, so there was that. Anyway, great game from Paige, especially in that first half. But that's kind of also what I want to talk about. This game, like the USC game, was definitely a tale of two halves. And I'm just hoping that UConn moves away from that as the season progresses. The first and second quarters, but specifically the first quarter, felt to me like vintage UConn basketball. Like, holding your opponent to a single-digit first half and beating up on them by almost 30 points is UConn heritage, and I wanted the second half to be more of that. It was not. They definitely had a scoring slump in the third quarter. There was a period in that third quarter where they hadn't hit a field goal for almost 5 minutes. I just think that's a little crazy. So consistency from one quarter to the next is definitely the thing to work on for this UConn team. I think sometimes their offense just gets kind of stagnant and you can really see it. And on that note, it really annoys me when this team has shot clock violations, or even if there's not a violation, but they just run the shot clock out and they're over-penetrating. So that's also something for this team to work on. But for the Huskies, it was a good game, a good win, and fun to watch. And it was also their last game of 2024, so it's always good to go off on a high note like this. And yeah, I'm just hoping for an even brighter and more successful 2025 for this UConn team. Happy New Year, everyone. I will see you on the New Year because UConn plays January 1st, which I am very excited for. It's definitely my ideal way to kick off the new year. Let me know your thoughts and main takeaways from today's game. I always like to hear what other people are thinking. And that's what happened with the Huskies today. Till next time.